cleansing all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way through your energy. Shifting that got a little bit longer where you're at, that's fine too. But to those who are starting fresh, don't be afraid. Be excited, but also give yourself a second chance to realign and redefine the things of your life, okay? Sometimes a setback isn't really a setback, it's just a course correction. That's all it is. And would we know to course correct had we not had that setback? I don't know. So trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. And work through it. It's not easy working through pain or discomfort, but here's the thing. Once you get in the flow of whatever it is that you need to do, it starts to melt away any fear, anxiety, discomfort. But getting in the flow, that's mostly the battle. It's not having to even accomplish any of those things. It's just getting on the road. So if you can, just get on the road. And do your thing. Get on the road. And do your thing. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy starting over. You know, sometimes I think that we want permission from, the universe, from some type of validation to let us believe that whatever we want to do is kind of destined. And I think the cool thing about life is that it's not about destiny, it's about choice. What do you want to do? And how do you like to build your life around that want? So instead of feeling like there's something you have to do, and maybe you're far behind, or maybe you're this, maybe you're that, how about it's what you want to do? So what do you want to do? And how can you make and create a life surrounding that? And wants aren't about superficially being happy all the time. I think a want is more about purpose. And I think when you have a purposeful life, it comes with its triumphs and setbacks. But there's a reason, there's a pull, there's a calling. You're doing it. Lean into that part of it. The purpose of life. The purpose of this. Now we've had many sessions where we talked about our soul's purpose, but now I'm going to ask you a different question. What is your life purpose? And it's okay if it changes. This life purpose is, what would you like to focus on right now in your life? Unapologetically, this is what I want to do. And how do you create space in your life to do it? Because you can do anything in your life as long as you got a plan, especially a solid plan, and you give yourself time is around? What are the things that make you happy that are on your mind? That is a purposeful life. That is how each day becomes meaningful rather than a kind of grit and bear it kind of thing. This life is yours to mold, to shape, and to have. So what you gonna do about it? What is your life going to look like because of it? What is the is create a shift in their own life. Sometimes people do it to hone in on their gifts and their abilities. Other times they are changing and shifting through their own life and they want individual guidance and direction. Whatever that is, the program allows for flexibility for all of those things. And I think the really cool thing that I can say, having taught so many Reiki master teachers, is that in this apprenticeship, something that you're going to see there that you don't see anywhere else is we stick together for that year. So seeing each other on a regular basis and really working through the journey or this experience of the journey. And I think that that's really important to understand, that life doesn't shift in a day or a month. Sometimes it even takes years, but that's okay. So we really cement in the mindset, the balance, and everything that is needed to go in a new direction or to realize your untapped potential. So, if no one has said it to you, babies, let me go ahead and say it. I love you, but make sure you love yourself first, okay? And a little bit more each and every day. So, hugs and kisses. You're now one of my returning babies if you were a new baby, so I'm going to give you multiple kisses. And so much love. Hope everything is going well in your life, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hope community, a place to heal. Relax. Be yourself. And be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom, blossom cleanse with smoke, okay? So it is up to you which one you want the most. And we're just going to do all of them pretty much. Okay. So I think the easiest one to do is this one right here. So I always say, use what you got. So whatever you got in the kitchen, use. So inhale, exhale. And what we're releasing during this period of time is excess responsibilities that no longer apply. But at the same time, what we are embracing during this time is stepping up to the plate for things that we should be taking care of. And just being mindful here. So just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. And just relax into that. Now you have a choice of things that you can do during this time. What you choose to use as your cleansing herb is up to you. There's literally a bunch of herbs in here. We have sage, we have mugwort, we have bay leaves, and it just depends on what you're looking for. So sometimes you can use a collection of things too. So yes, I'm going to actually try to see if I can fish out a little bit of this bay leaf. Because we want to just kind of cleanse out any wealth issues as well. Bay leaf can be very nice for wealth related things. Rosemary does clearing as well too. I came across a document I made about 2 or 3 years ago where I just had this long list of herbs that you could use to cleanse with. cinnamon, and you put it in something, you'll notice that it has a sweet taste to it, but it's not the same as sugar. Licorice is like that too. It has that sweet taste to it, but it's not the same as sugar. And I guess now I care a little bit more about how things impact my body than, when you're younger, you're just like, you don't care. Try to have a good time. So I personally would enjoy a licorice smell. I don't think anything is wrong with that. Anything is wrong with that. Like a nice little licorice smell to it. Okay. So I'm going to go back to just place that on the side. And if I can get this mugwort to light, I'll do it. The mugwort is a little bit tough because it is that powder on the bottom. Mugwort is something that I really enjoy using because you can find uses for it both in cleansing, across various cultures. You can find uses for it in cleansing across various cultures as well as consumption. You can eat it too, both for medicinal reasons or just culinary reasons. And what really got me researching mugwort is I was doing some ancestral work all of last year. And when I got to Korea and started learning about Mugyo and Korean shamanism, I noticed that mugwort was a very important herb that came up. And so it was something that I looked into more and started to add it to my practice. And a really, really cool thing happened to me the first time I used it. So I lit some, and I had some at my altar, and then I went into a channeling session, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do in that channeling session. So I went in the session, and the way that you would hear it being said would be like, I received all these downloads, but the way that I'm going to say it is like this. When I was in that session, it connected me with my ancestors, my Korean ancestors, and I was able to get a lot of information that honestly I should not be able to have access to. So it was extremely helpful and really enlightening. It was very powerful. It reminded me of the first time I ever used the crystal blue kyanite. I'm trying to see if I had one near me or if I just had black kyanite near me. But blue kyanite can be really nice because it also can, really strengthen the third eye, strengthen the throat, strengthen sight, vision, and things like that. So, So yeah, I burned this mugwort and I was able to channel my grandmother this time, but we'll just go into a little meditative state in a second to kind of just give you the opportunity to connect on that level. And my favorite thing about retrogrades happens to be that they give us this uninterrupted space to go inward, because as you try to do stuff on the outside, it don't never work out. But you have this unlimited, infinite amount of energy and space on the inside to explore, to make things work. So especially with Mercury communication inward retrograde, this would be a heightened time to be able to communicate. So if you have a mediumship ability, that ability will be very much so heightened here. If you are someone who has a Mercury in retrograde placement in your chart naturally, you may have noticed that you have this ability to communicate on the other side. And mediumship is essentially when we are communicating with those who have passed on. But there's many forms of communication that one can have. It is not just mediumship. So communicating with your energetic helpers, I call them energetic helpers because, depending on the tradition, the person, and, what they call them different things. They can call them gods, goddesses, angels, spirit guides, guides. It just depends on your tradition and your background and things like that, and what you connected the most with. So, Orisha, all kinds of names that we give to the energy that is beyond. But this is a great time to be able to communicate with that energy as well too. I actually didn't think that this session was going to get so esoteric, but yeah, this is good. So when you communicate with that energy, just know that it is energy that you feel most comfortable with. So if you call the unknown, the universe out there, if you call that God, then it's just like having a conversation with God. If you don't use the word God, you say universe, you say unknown, you say source, you say nothing at all, whatever that is for you. Whatever you feel connected to, the allness of this, all of this stuff, this is the perfect time for that, because the communication will be very great. I will tell you though that if you decide that you would like to commune with your specific ancestors, or those, or energy that is, on the other side, or just energy in general, you still have to have boundaries. You don't keep your front door open for everyone to walk in. And so don't be so excited to have this energy in your life and just say yes to everything. You still need to exercise boundaries. So if you struggle with boundaries in the physical, you will probably still struggle with boundaries in was kind of having this lucid dream. It was the middle of the day, and I started to hear. And then I just, the way that maybe when I was younger, if I would hear, I might be like, I was just like, go away. I was bullying. I was really bossing up there. I was like, go away, go away. I'm telling you to leave, right? And so that's what happened. And I let that go. And I'm not saying that to say cut off your gifts. I'm saying it to say you get to choose. You get to navigate. I'm a living, example that you can still be a practitioner and things like that if you change. And what ended up happening after it is that it developed into something new. And what it developed into was, before I go into a session with clients, I start to sense, especially strongly one-on-one on Reiki sessions, but also during typically attunements and things like that, I start to sense what the person is feeling. And so when I come into the session, I'll typically tell the person, okay, this is what I channeled before this, and this is what came up for you. And I can tap into, okay, this is what their energy feels like. And it took a long time to learn that this was not mine, because when it first started to happen, it would just happen out of the blue. And I'd be like, what is this? And I would be feeling it, but I'm like, I don't know what this is. This is not what I'm experiencing in life. And then I would have a session or something like that and realize, like, oh, that's what this is. So I started to learn how to control that. Well, it helps as a diagnostic tool when going into the session to how to trust that it will work out. So keep breathing here and just allowing that energy to wrap in front of you, around you, to the side of you, and filling yourself up. Take a breath in. Exhale. Take another breath in. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale, release. Now just bring your awareness back into your body here and just relax. I want you to pay attention to any words that are coming up, any feelings, any sensations. Remember them, they are important. And if you are feeling good, stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Keep on breathing. Find your truth. Find your reality, even if that truth and that reality is just now in this moment. If you are working on shadow work, understand that energy, regardless of if you're working on shadow or light work, energy is neither good nor bad. Energy is simply neutral. But the way that we experience energy as an individual dictates to us if we feel like this thing is good or bad. When we release energy, when we separate ourselves from a conflict or a consistent cycle, that release of energy goes back into the universe on an energetic level and just is repurposed to go do other stuff, to be released, to not be held. So the energy itself is living, but really what it is when we come next to something else, it creates a connection. And when we do that shadow work or even embrace light work, we're releasing the connection. So the energy itself is not something that you really have to think about. Think about yourself. You are now free to expand in other possibilities. So when you let go of those karmic relationships that no longer serve you, and you no longer serve them, what you are releasing is a obligation that no stuff that we do, and you can learn about the different stuff we have. If you are someone who's really interested in esoteric knowledge, learning, or practicing, I have two options. I have the Energy Healing Practitionership, where you get the Reiki Master Teacher certification, and that will open back up in January 2024. And the second option is the Mind and Heart Wellness Community, and you can find all of that at ReikiHealingHope.com. And the Mind and Heart Wellness Community has all of this information on all kinds of stuff. It's over 60 resources of just different things that we cover. And within that community, I try to create the things that are for your path. Whereas in the Energy Healing Practitioner training, I try to create the materials that help you with learning, applying, practice when it comes to clients and stuff like that. So, all are great options. And of course, the Mind and Heart Wellness membership is available at all times. So feel free to head on over there. So babies, if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. I love you. But make sure you love yourself a little bit more each and every day. Be safe. Enjoy life. Take a break and rest. Okay, until next time. Bye. Welcome to the Reiki Healing Hope Community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica Sup. I also go by Chet. I'm a Reiki Master Teacher and Intuitive, and today we have a special healing session, just giving you some nice energy as you just relax and enjoy it, and just to send out this beautiful collective message that baby, you deserve better. And so we're going to empower you to have that feeling within yourself. So if you're new to the community, welcome, welcome, welcome babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. And if you're returning back, love you, love you, love you. Mama loves you. So much love. So proud of you for consistently sticking to your self-care routine and just picking yourself up in life. Love the energy. Super duper magical. Boom, boom, boom. So, if you're new to the session, we started off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Take a couple breaths in, sweetheart. A couple more. Final breath. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So, first things first, I'm going to get some cleanse, because why not? And we're going to have a little session on you deserving better and not accepting the things that just show up in life just because they show up. And that has a lot to do with guilt. You'll see it often in family situations, family dynamics, where a person in a family forces themselves to do things that in some way compromises their internal boundaries. And it just kind of repeats in like different parts of their life. And so I will say to that, fuck that. Let that go. Don't do that at all. You deserve better. And knowing your true leg of the journey you're on, whether you've been doing everything or, you feel like a little bit of stuck, whatever, wherever you're at, you're still valuable. We're still rooting for you as a community. And, this is a moment to give some encouragement in the comment section. If you see somebody who is struggling or just sharing something heartfelt, to just perhaps say something very encouraging to them, to just keep them going. Because we're all on this journey together, myself included. And so it's just lovely to share in this experience in a higher vibrational way. Okay. Good job. And so, my herb of choice is cinnamon. You all know this. The reason why I like cinnamon is because it's very grounding. It's sustaining. The flame of the cinnamon will burn for a very, very long time. I also love that the little swirls create this lovely little smoke that comes out. I think it's the coolest. This is the coolest thing ever. These are kind of like the little things that I'm, grateful for, that I find so fascinating and intriguing. Just the way the smoke clears the cinnamon. It's like the baker who's baking the bread, and they love every process. They love it when the yeast, mixes with the sugar in the dough and it starts to rise. They love it when they proof it. They love it when they score it. They love it when they pull it out, when it's fresh. They love the old bread. They turn it into some other random shit. That's how I feel about the energy process. I love everything about the experience. Okay. Now, move through this and start to see something you want. Allow it to appear in front of you and start to see your life where it is now to get there, and see all the missing pieces start to form in order to get you there. And just allow the path to open up and to become clearer and clearer with each breath that you take. You have more and more clarity, more and more understanding, more and more patience, more and more certainty, but just more and more peace as you walk towards that path. Now, pull these two things together. Pull them together. Pull them together. Pull them in, okay? Pull the energy in and allow it to be what it needs to be. And exhale and just feel this energy from the crown all the way going down. A way of just bigging you up, a way of just pulling in that unconditional love that you have for self, and this beautiful infinite amount of energy, higher vibrational energy, just flowing into your body, and release and let go of all the things that are limiting, that do not let you grow, prevent you from seeing your light, tries to dim you. Let all of that go and release. And also be very honest, because sometimes things can be very external. You think it's like something outside of you. Sometimes you might be the one dimming your own light. So it might not even be that there's someone else to blame. It's just simply taking responsibility for yourself and saying, I'm going to be as bright as I want to be. I'm going to live a life as full as I possibly can be. And just going with that energy. So just pulling it up higher and higher until you find a space of peace and balance, of clarity, of certainty, of something that means so much to you, of something that works with the passion and the understanding of you and where you're going. Because knowing your worth, that's something that once you know your value and you impose strict rules for people not to patience. You're doing a good job. As you know, I'm paid in smiles, so pay up. Sweetness. And I see your value, but it really doesn't matter what I see because, who cares? The only thing that really matters is what you see. Do you see your value? Do you see your strength? Do you see your understanding? Do you see your purpose? Do you see all of that? And do you realize that you don't need to have done anything except just be alive in this moment to give yourself permission to see yourself for the value? Like, think about the impact you actually have on, not just other people's life, but your own life. The fact that you get up every day and you do what you need to do to get things done, how fast or how slow you go is irrelevant. If you feel like you're not doing things the way you think it should be, irrelevant. The fact that you got up and your soul moved around this earth, that's all that mattered. It really is. And when you start to get more and more comfortable with that, you start to want to plant seeds as this soul is roaming across the earth instead of just feeling like you're reacting to life. So plant those seeds. Let them be your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your confidence, your energy, whatever that is. Plant them and allow them to grow. Plant them in a light of energy. Plant them in a movement that goes where it needs to grow. Plant it. Plant it. Plant it. Plant it. Plant it. Okay. And be very certain. Be very relaxed. Be very inclusive of your experience. Be very hopeful. Turn that key. 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 Accept your grace. Accept your confidence. Accept all of these things that are flowing in your life abundantly. Accept that everything that is for your greatness wants to come to you, and all you have to do is say, okay, I'll let it come. Like, I'll let it flow in the direction that it needs to flow in. To just release, to relax, to be hopeful, to be patient, to have clarity, to have confidence in the things that you're doing. Don't worry about anything else. All you need to worry about is how beautiful your energy is, how far you're going, all of this wisdom that is around you, that surrounds you, this deep healing power, this deep sense of clarity, this deep hope that where you go, love will flow, love will follow, confidence will flow, confidence will grow, peace will happen, clarity, sincerity. But you have to believe you deserve all of these things first before they show up in your life. They won't show up in your life if you deserve less. They won't show up in your life if you feel as though you deserve less. You'll just kind of pay attention to whatever is happening in the moment, and you just kind of like, you just accept it. Never accept things for what you don't want. Accept things for things you do want. I know that sounds a little confusing, but what I mean is, just because life has presented something to you doesn't mean you have to take it. You can go in and you can explore, and you can be patient, and you can take your time. You can do whatever it is you want to do, and just enjoy that. Enjoy that journey. It's magical, it's peaceful, it's lovely, it's fun, it's cool. It gives all the energy that you're looking for, you're seeking. You're looking for your seeking, but no need to seek it outside your self-love. It is already there for you. It is already starts to pour in your life, accept it. Accept the more. Once you start to receive it, accept it. Don't throw it away. Don't send it in another direction. Accept it. Also, don't freak out. Sometimes people get better situations and they freak out and they want to perceive it in the way that they perceive things that weren't good for them. Don't do that. It's called self-sabotaging. Don't do that at all. Just enjoy. Just enjoy the moment. Just enjoy the energy. Just enjoy being yourself. Just enjoy having fun. And live the life that you want to live. In the way that you want to live it. And the goals and the hopes that you have. Carry them so close to your heart that every time you smile, your dream smiles. Every time you laugh, you feel that laughter in your heart, in your energy, and in your soul. And hold on to that. That is so precious. Never let it go. And know that you deserve these better experiences. That you deserve what you're searching. You deserve what you're searching for. You're seeking out in life, okay? Well, family, you did a fantastic job. I'm so proud of you. I really enjoyed this. This is non-stop November. And the initiative is to have a big, old, crunchy November goal. But the way we're manifesting is very subtle and very passive. We're not going to do the hustle culture. We're not going to do the burnout. Instead, what we're going to do is just flow with the energy and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica Sup, a Reiki master teacher and intuitive. I also go by Jet. And today we have a special healing session. We are celebrating your healing for this non-stop November, but fun. So, if you're new to the community, babies, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your nightly self-care routine. If you're returning back, babies, Mama loves you. So during this non-stop November, we have been working on these huge goals. But instead of working against the energy, we're working with it. And a part of that journey is learning how we may have gotten caught up in certain things over here or over there. And really, it's given you an opportunity to analyze, to reflect on your healing journey as a whole. Things and baggage that you carried, pain and trauma that you've had, trauma in general. You're being reminded of the things that you are letting go and moving from. And so, as we go forward, we see that it is time to celebrate. Celebrate your healing. Look how far you've come. Look how far you've made it. Look what you've moved past. Look what you no longer let impact you, bring you down, hurt you. Look at all of those things, you know. And look at it with peace. Look at it with clarity. And just be prepared to let it go. We have something special happening on Friday, which is a partial lunar eclipse, a full moon in Taurus, a beaver moon and a frost moon. So we are going to be celebrating by giving up or sacrificing our greatest pain to heal. And whenever anything is in a lunar eclipse, the lunar eclipse represents the shadow. So since the full moon will be in Taurus, the shadow of Taurus is Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about healing. Taurus is about comfort, but Scorpio is about that healing, that deep healing. So while this is not a time of manifesting, this can be a time of celebration. So let's yourself only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe. 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 Okay. So, just go into the crown and just start to bring this cleansing and this healing energy over you. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you want to be able to let go of what is no longer serving you, no longer servicing you, and release it into its evolutionary path. I see people constantly in the same cycles over and over and over again because at the core of their soul, they're not ready to get off. They're saying to the universe, I want to learn a bit more. I want to learn a little bit more. I'm not ready to move on. I haven't really learned it yet. Now, some people will go through something and they'll be like, get through it, you know. Other people, they need to take time. And of course, depending on the situation, circumstance, person, you know, it'll be different for each person in each, you know, situation. So what I say to this is learn how to let go so you can allow yourself to grow. And understand that once you get off this karmic cycle, whatever game you've been playing or whatever game's been playing you, you will then have the opportunity to celebrate as far as you've come, all that you have accomplished, everything that you've done. Because healing seems scary, but healing more than anything, it invokes a lot of feelings, emotions. And a lot of people are not in tune with their emotions. They have an unhealthy relationship to their emotions. They may be addicted to the happiness and afraid of the sadness. Or they don't want anything at all. They just want to be numb. Instead, allow life to paint our canvas with the colors of emotion, understanding that sometimes it's this color, that color, this color, that color. Not holding on to any emotions for too long. On wanting to stick with just things as they always have been. So release yourself. Release this energy and begin to move on and let go. Now, feel this energy flowing through your body of celebration. Be proud of yourself. Acknowledge the huge accomplishment that you have just being yourself. Acknowledge the wisdom that you have just being yourself. Acknowledge the grace that you have just being yourself. There is beauty in that. There is wisdom in that. Divinity in that. All of those things. Appreciate that for what it is. And enjoy these moments. So let's just work through the energy. If you need additional support, my books are now open and still open for the rest of the year. Again, the price will be increasing in January. So if you would like to book a session now or book a gift certificate, you can do so. Just letting you know because my books were closed and I recently opened them back up just for anyone who needs support before the end of the year. Link in the description. So breathe through this. Exhale. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. choice, that's on you, but see it as an opportunity. So much beauty has been built out of tough situations. So if you have been able to heal from some tough situations, just think of all of the fruit that this experience will bear simply because you were able to make it to the other side. Simply because you were able to put your energy and your feelings and your motivation and your connection with finding a way to pull the physical body, the energetic body, the mental body, the emotional body into the direction that it needs to go in and grow in, instead of just allowing it to stay where it is. And let some stuff go. Let some stuff go. Sometimes it means letting people go, or situations, or mentalities. But sometimes it means like just let go of the baggage. Don't feel like you need to carry the baggage just because it's an impulse that you have. If you find that certain situations may make you talk negatively about something, well, start to refocus yourself and reprime yourself to be in those situations and not be negative. And that means just let the baggage go. Sometimes people hold on to baggage because they feel like they didn't earn anything of value. So they hold on to the baggage because they're saying, well, I got something from this and I'm finna complain about this. When in reality is, hey, you learned lessons. So let the baggage go. It is not gold. It is not money. It's not, you don't need it. The wisdom has already been learned. The wisdom has already been infused into your life, and it's time to move on. You don't want to be that person talking about the same things that got you caught up 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. No, you're ready to move on. The bad thing that happened to you, no, you're ready to move on. You're ready to go. But this is a celebration of the full journey. And you being able to look at it from that perspective and make peace from that perspective. And to be balanced from that perspective. And to have patience from that perspective. And to relax. To relax. To relax, to relax, to relax. To relax, to relax. So breathe in this happiness you deserve to celebrate yourself. Just tell yourself, congratulations, you made it, baby. You made it, sweetheart. How lovely. You made it, you made it, you made it. You made it, you made it, you made it. You made it, baby. So proud of you. So proud of you. So proud of you. So proud of you. Just enjoy this energy in this moment. And know that everything that you've experienced, you can use it to propel you forward. But today, just take a break. Celebrate the clarity. Celebrate the understanding. Celebrate your sincere path forward. And let go of the baggage. Release it. Even if you gotta take your hands and literally do like this and open it. Just practice to see what it feels like. Just what it feels like to let some stuff go. What it feels like, babies, to release that energy and to let it go. And to be growing in a new space, or honestly, to know that you're about to grow into something new. The person that you are becoming is no longer the person that you are. So enjoy the person you are right now, because the person you're going to be going to and growing into is going to be very different. So this is a time of celebration. Appreciate this person you are today, because they got you through all of those things that you dealt with in the past. But then as you go forward, surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. Blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica Sup. I also go by Jet, a Reiki master teacher and intuitive. And today we have a very special healing session for non-stop November but fun. It is never let someone tell you who you are. You know who you are. So today we're going to be exploring being authentically ourselves, authentically connected to those big November goals. And remember, the theme for non-stop November but fun is all about figuring out how accomplishing our greatest goals, our greatest dreams would make us feel, and working on feeling that way now, not paying attention to the external, but feeling that way now, and allowing the universe to bridge the gap with opportunities. So we're working with the energy rather than against it. That's why it's fun. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. And for all of my babies who are returning, Mama loves you. Just want to let you know, per usual, how proud I am that you carve out this space for yourself and use this space for whatever you need to do. Whether you need to work on something, or you just want to go to sleep, or you want to do your channeling sessions or healings or any kind of esoteric work. We do a lot here. But my highest intention is really to watch you transform your life to the life you want. I don't ever want you to feel like anything that you've ever gone through is enough to limit where you're going. And what I actually want to do is take it a step further. That any situations that have limited you can in fact propel you much further along than if things were easy peasy. So we talk about a lot of different things. Sometimes it has to do with just rest. Other times it has to do with different techniques, and you can definitely join the Patreon community because we have so many resources of looking at different modalities and looking at these different techniques. And sometimes it's just some TLC, okay? Just give you some care and talk about self-care and setting boundaries and things. So when we start our session off, we started off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, I should have worn my shirt today, because consent matters. Do I have your permission to say a prayer, my little sweetness? Okay, so relax. May I touch you? Okay. Breathe in and out. Just take a couple seconds here. You ready? Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. It's your time, as I work with your energy, to be yourself. The things that you're passionate about, or the things that are important to you, or honestly just sticking up for yourself. It is your time to do that. And your highest healing will come from when you stick up for yourself. When you say, I am valuable enough that I will make sure I have everything I need. You say it too. I am valuable enough that I make sure I have everything I need. I am valuable enough so that I make sure I have everything I need. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your dreams and your goals. Stand up in the little moments too. you have something that you don't mind doing and you feel like there's like an obstacle situation, person, you know, just environment, stand up for yourself and just be yourself. This is a beautiful time where authenticity matters. Who you are matters, and you living life in your unique way matters. With all of the billion people on the earth, we all have an opportunity to live life in our own unique way. But first, give yourself permission to be the best you can be. So let's think about some fun ways to do that, okay? First thing is, I want you to let go of anything that may cause you to have doubt, and that includes people. Take your energy away from people who are bringing you down or making it hard for you to live out your experience. Take it away from them, okay? And instead give it back to yourself, and you do that through having boundaries with people. That's self-care 101. But learning just how to say no. Learning how to say, oh, I need my own time. I need my own peace. I need my own rest. I need my own, just give yourself that. Give yourself that patience. Give yourself that kindness. And create the environment that you want. So if you need to learn something and it requires you to study, set up the study environment, set up the time, set up the place, set up the location. And all you really have to do is just force yourself to get started. And that first 30 minutes might be tough, but once you get past that, you're good. Once you get past that, you start to crave it. Once you get past that, it becomes your routine. Something that you actually can control. There's so many things in life that we cannot control at all. At all. Cannot control it. But there are so many things that we can control. So why not focus on controlling what we can control? Especially and particularly when it comes to our own life. And when you breathe your first breath in the morning, I mean, technically you're breathing all throughout the night, but I mean, but when you consciously breathe your first breath in the morning, do you feel like you are waking up the best representation of you? Are you your best representative? Have you done everything you needed to the night before to be like, I'm living my authentic life? I'm not saying, are you being perfect? I'm not saying, did you write a to-do list and everything was accomplished? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you woke up, did you feel like, ooh, today I'm going to go out and be myself? Today I'm going to go out and I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to be compassionate and understanding towards myself if I don't get everything done. But I believe that me being myself and feeding my dreams, my goals, my ambitions, as something of, let me show you how to have peace as you are navigating life. Whether that is the shadow work or the light work or both, I will show you how to have this peace. And I always like to teach you what's going on too. I talked about that the other day where, you may watch a video on how to manifest money, but if you do not understand what's going on underneath, you might miss something, or you might dabble in a way that you shouldn't. Me and I haven't talked about refocus in so long. Me and my sister refocus. We talk about this all the time. Just when people get into the esoteric space, because she is a tarot reader, and so when people get into the esoteric space, they start to get so excited and they start to want to dip and dabble, and I just watch, and I just am often kind of, it's not that I'm laughing at them, I'm just simply saying, okay, I'm gonna let you make your mistakes, and when you're ready to just allow the universe to bless you, when you're ready to say what you want, and when you're ready to work from a space of peace rather than a space of lack, then you can actually use all of these tools. It's amazing to me how many times I see people just want to quickly, like, how do I get this person, or how do I get this money, or how do I da-da-da, instead of looking at what really needs to happen, which is it time for me to change my vibrational frequency? Why am I trying to manifest something where I'm at, as opposed to why don't I raise my frequency? And it opens up the doors to something greater than I can even imagine in that moment. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're talking about. And oftentimes you do not even have to be as forceful with it. You can just say, hey, I want love to give me peace, or I want money to give me peace, or I want family to give me peace, or I want health to give me peace, and work from them. Like, think about it when it comes to health. If you are stressed this entire year and for yourself and on this journey. So I want you to embrace just enjoying the moment. Be careful for this Venus and Capricorn and retrograde energy that is showing up, because it might want to play a little trickster energy on you. But with Mars going into Sagittarius and leaving Scorpio, I think that you're going to feel a lot more free in general. So I just want to give you that little bit of tea to put on you before we get started in the session. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. So babies, you do whatever it is you need to do. Sometimes people like to do creative things and they like to use it to help them focus and study and things like that, or just relax and enjoy the actual session itself. So this is your time. It is a part of your self-care journey. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And for all my babies returning, welcome back. Mama loves you. If you would like extra support, you can join us on the Patreon community, and there's some fun stuff too, like the weekly moon cycle readings on a Reiki Tarot, the podcast Organize Your Purpose, and Reiki Healing Hope Speaks. Have you all noticed that? Which is non-ASMR Reiki. So if you'd like to share it with your friends who are not into ASMR, or you would like to, talk about these things and not always hear me whisper, that's great for that. And all the other stuff, like you can listen to these sessions on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get started. So as we start our session off, with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Beautiful. May I touch you? Lovely. Okay, take a couple breaths here. Breathe into this. Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So let your Ashe or your Chi or your life force energy, these are different examples across the different traditions to explain this vital energy that we have within us. So let your life force energy be nice and full and balanced, doing what it needs to do. If you're new to Reiki in general or energy healing, regardless of the modality, these principles within energy healing, whenever you learn them in one area, you'll be able to understand them in another area. It'll just have different language. So whenever there's an imbalance in a person's energy, that typically shows up as something that looks like an illness or a sickness, or in general just not feeling well. And it's really working to kind of go backwards and figure out how to piece together a place of alignment within the body. So you can see a practitioner like me, or you can work on yourself. And I think that's even more beautiful, being able to work on yourself. And this is what this self-care journey and self-care community is all about. So now we are today going to be embracing the change. So I'm going to be working on your energy. I do talk a lot because I like to talk, okay? And typically I'll talk you through it while I'm working on your energy too. So as we work through embracing this change, this gives you definitely an opportunity to reflect on your year. How'd it go, baby? How'd it go, sweetheart? How did the year go? What did you discover? What did you learn? It was very much so a reorganizing of the energy, a recalibrating, something that should have happened a long time ago. Some path that had been derailed or stuck had been reshuffled and recentered. So wherever you're at is exactly where you're supposed to be at. It's actually where you were supposed to be at before. And the conversation with is who engages you back. But if you don't know who to have a conversation with and you're like tapping on everybody's shoulders, it starts to look a bit chaotic. And think of that from the energetic perspective too. Like if you're doing some type of manifesting work, if you're doing some type of offering, be very mindful and precise about who or what energy, collection of energy you would like to talk to or have a conversation with, and do your research and your understanding about these things, and don't be all over the place. Okay, the term we like to use is don't dabble, and what that means is that you start to understand how to utilize these principles that we talk about in healing. So, for me, I'm an energy healing practitioner, so I utilize these principles in order to help people heal. You can take these same principles and use it to manifest. You can take these same principles and use it to do not so good things too. But be mindful, if you do not so good things, they always come back to you. So that's your own stupidity if you do that. But all of these things, with great power comes great responsibility, and everyone has access to this stuff. It's just really deciding, if you want to do the work to learn what it feels like, and how to utilize these things for yourself to help you along this journey, and what that looks like. There's so many times where I'll meet people and I can tell, especially people who are not in these kind of mystical communities, I can see what's going on with them, and I can see how they're in their own way, but I know that they're not in touch with themselves energetically to understand how to derail their patterns. And you don't have to be mystical or spiritual to be able to break a pattern. You just have to break a pattern. But when you start to understand what's happening, and it doesn't have to be in a mystical way, you can do it through common sense too. Common sense, I'm telling you, common sense is underrated because it'll take you far in life, baby. It really will. Even with common sense, you could say no. I say no to what's not working for me, and I say yes to things that are working for me. That's what the change is about. That's how you embrace, baby, sweetness, what works for you. That's all it is. Just say no to what's not and say yes to what is. But here's the thing. When you're so used to something, you're so used to a pattern, what's not working for you is familiar. So you'll confuse yourself and think that it is home or it is the right way. No. Your life isn't just happening to you. You're going through life and you're co-creating the life you want. So when you break a pattern, you gotta be able to say no and start saying yes to the things that are better for you, even if they feel like in the moment, like, ooh, this is scary. Which it'll look like that because you don't know. Whenever you don't know how something is going to turn out or how it's going to end, it could be scary. But that's where growth happens. That's where healing happens. That's where manifesting happens. So within this community and a lot of the things that we talk about and we work through, or if you're just simply enjoying the session, it helps to guide you on this path of co-creating your life. Life isn't happening to you. You co-create it. Even this life now, you're co-creating it. It's not just happening to you. You're not a victim. You're not in a position where, other people, it'll work out for them and it's not going to work out for you. No, that's not true. You create whatever reality. So if that's what you think, that's what you'll be at. But if you think whatever life that I want will be, if I believe in this life internally, eventually externally, it will show up. That's really how it works. And you know what? Look, let me tell you, it ain't that complicated. Common sense is underrated. Hard work and determination. Literally just having those two. You don't even have to work in the energetic way at all. But sometimes using these energetic principles helps us understand what's going on, especially when you hit a difficult time where it's like the heartbreak of transitioning on and letting something go. Whether it is an old hobby, an old passion, you're leaving a hometown, you're letting people go, you're moving away from your old sense of identity. That could be painful, but the pain isn't telling you to go backwards. It's just letting you embracing your next chapter, embracing your change that's showing up. And even if it's tough, finding the glimmer of hope or the glimmer of light somewhere in that energy and holding on to it. And just breathing through that energy. Breathing through that energy. Breathing through that energy. And resting and letting it be. And allowing that to fill up those spaces in your energy and your heart. And just allow it to rest and be what it is. Rest and be what it is. Rest and be what it is. Breathing in and out and moving through that, embracing this lovely energy and flowing and floating through it, knowing that the change is important, is just something that I like to do. Just having that cohort be something very special once a year. So if you'd like to do that, head on over to the Patreon community for that. Well, family, if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it to you, babies. So love to share in this beautiful healing space, as well as sometimes people just fall asleep, which is okay too. Would like to let you know, if you'd like to be connected to our mystical self-care community, you can do so by heading on over to Patreon. That is Reiki Healing Help, and you can use the link in the description box. We have something special happening this Friday because we are going to be doing something for the lunar eclipse full moon in Taurus. It is on the Taurus Scorpio axis, and we are going to be sacrificing our greatest pain to heal. So that's going to be super duper fun, and you already are going to be a part of that here. But we will be having an energy healing circle within Patreon after it is done here. So that's going to be a smaller group that comes together, and we're going to do a bit more. So we actually practice different things, explore different modalities, as well as there's this back catalog of all these things we've talked about. We've gone over so many things, so feel free to join that. It's only $3 a month, and so you definitely can't beat that with that. Also, sharing that Array Tarot has weekly moon cycle readings. Again, baby, look, we doing this, and I'm bringing back the Organize Your Purpose podcast, loves, and that will be up on Monday. So there's going to be an episode in there. So all that's happening. And if you haven't noticed, we have a Reiki Healing Help Speaks. So if you'd like to share the video, or if you're not looking to fall asleep sometimes, there are non-ASMR Reiki sessions. Like, who would want that? Believe me, there are people who want that out there, as well as some more fun things that are going to happen. And you know what's going to happen soon. It's almost December, and you know what December means. Giveaway time. But we still got a little bit more in this non-stop November, but fun. We are working with the energy child. We are taking our time, and today we're going to work through, you have to heal yourself first. So a lot of what we're going to be exploring on Friday that has to do with this beaver moon, this frost moon, which happens to be a partial lunar eclipse in a full moon in Taurus. Because it is an eclipse, it brings the shadow of Taurus, and the shadow of Taurus is Scorpio. And why this is really interesting is because it talks about, Taurus is comfort, but Scorpio is healing. So you have to heal yourself first. A lot of things have been coming up for you that need to come out. So don't confuse discomfort, uncomfortable situations, things that may have brought up pain with you and other people as, something that you need to just go crazy over. No, it's coming up to come out. Every feeling we have has a purpose. So you have to retrain yourself to understand that even feelings of discomfort are trying to tell you something. They are not trying to punish you. The small mind, the limiting thoughts, the limiting feelings will make you think like, oh, if it is uncomfortable, it's negative. But so many people will go through life feeling like they have to be happy all the time, which is unrealistic, or be numb all the time. They don't want to feel anything at all because they don't understand that the feelings of discomfort also have a purpose too. When you're uncomfortable enough, you will leave a situation that no longer works for you. And that's what it's teaching. It's saying give up your greatest pain, which is coming up as sacrifice. So it's coming up so it can come out during that session, which I'm really excited to share. So if you're new to the community, we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing and bring us together as a collective in a community. And because consent matters, sweetness, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. Take a deep breath. May I touch you? Okay, let's do this. Take a deep breath. Relax. Coo, 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 coo. Okay. Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out safe for you to let go of what hurts in order for you to heal. It is okay to prioritize your own healing over someone else's. And I don't say that meaning require someone else to prioritize your healing over theirs. I'm saying you cannot heal anyone until you heal yourself. You cannot support anyone until you are fully supported in doing that for yourself. And during this time, when we have this strong energy in Scorpio, and we have as well, what's coming up as well too, giving us that shadow side of Taurus, we have to prioritize our healing. There's not enough space to put yourself on the back burner anymore. You have to hold this space and understand that if you feel a little tender, or you feel a little raw, this is the perfect time to take care of yourself. This is the perfect time to enjoy healing spaces. This is the perfect time to have grace, balance, understanding, and compassion. This is the perfect time to free yourself from the old ways of doing things. Maybe you're like, I'm okay with that. I don't need to do that no more. This is the perfect time to do that, okay? And be able to let go. Be able to search and seek things that are truly good for you, that will truly let you grow and move past this moment, and to embrace this next chapter of your life, to be certain of your journey, to be certain of your path, to be certain of your healing. Why not? Why not explore what is beyond the pain? But you can't get there unless you do the work of cleansing, unless you do the work of letting go, and do the work of releasing. So I'm just going to do a couple of just very relaxing things so that as you exhale and you're releasing this energy, you can get that internal stimulation as well, okay? Just relax. Let it go. Release. Let it go. Relax. 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 Relax into who you are. Relax. Open. Explore. Bring in this beautiful healing energy to cleanse over you. An abundance of cleansing. 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 Abundance. Healing energy. And exhale. What no longer serves you and takes up too much space. And relax into who you are and who you are becoming. And feel free to connect with yourself here. Relax into this. Surrender to your greatest healing, your greatest compassion, and resilience. You have to heal yourself first. You have to make sure you are whole first. You cannot be blessed until you heal yourself first. Even if your intention is to help someone before you. What you're teaching them is to sacrifice your own self-care for another person, which ultimately leaves them at a victim state. Show them how to be empowered by being vulnerable with themselves and taking on the individual responsibility of healing their own selves. There is more beauty in the fact that they are their own hero, shero, theyro, than you being that, and vice versa. Just surrender to your deepest connection to this reality. And relax into this and surrender. Into who you are becoming. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And relax into this. Heal. You are strong enough to do so. You can let go of anything that is no longer working for your highest vibrational good or your greatest benefit. You will win. You will win. You will win. You will win. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed this session together. It is always so beautiful when we share in this individual self-healing. Be kind to yourself. Be patient. Be persistent on the things that you love. And how you take care of yourself, it's so important. Find balance in your path. So learning how to let things go, okay? Learning how to understand that if you've felt discomfort in the past or in the present, that it never lasts, but in the moment you think it's gonna last forever. Oh, there's no end in sight. There always is an end in sight. So don't make decisions thinking that the pain will last forever now, that will impact you in the future, not realizing that this pain is not gonna last that long. So let me not make an impulsive decision, you feel me? If you're new to the community, babies, this is your nightly self-care routine. Hey. And if you're returning back, what's up, loves? My little babies. Mama loves you. So just during this session, we're going to work through just letting this pain go and understanding that it is through this process that we have growth. It is through this process that we find patience. It is through this process that we have this, the word I want to use is attunement, but this opening of our understanding of the mystery of life. So see that pain is a temporary experience, but don't make permanent decisions based off of temporary experiences. Make decisions based off of your heart, where you want to go and where you want to grow, okay? So let's get started. And again, this is non-stop November, but fun. So we set these big goals, these huge goals, but we're working with the universe. We're allowing things to just show us what we need to sure will of taking my healing journey and sharing what I learned with others, because I know how long I struggled for wisdom, to have a collective space, a community, and all of that stuff. And so I thought, why not share it? I didn't. I hoped, but I didn't think it was going to get to this point. But I also know that it is that vulnerability and that honest reflection of the pain and the wisdom and the moving forward that creates a healing space here. Now I focus more on filling up and light work and receiving, but it took a lot of cleansing the pain, working through the pain to get to this point. So understand, love. Babies, the pain never lasts. You may not feel so good today. You may not feel so hot. That's how we say it. You may not feel so hot, but it's okay. Because love, it never lasts. It eventually moves on. And when we make decisions based off of temporary pain, we start to think that we have bad luck or we have bad decision-making skills, because we quickly forget the pain we were in and we only see, oh, I made this bad decision or that bad decision. No. Understand that if you were in a vulnerable state, it's understandable to make some tough decisions, but also know that sometimes patience is key. Get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and allowing it to teach you or tell you something that the universe wants you to know. The universe wants you to take this direction or that direction, and it's not happy that you're in a certain area. So be able to listen to that and not to judge that, to be open to that and to move forward in the direction that you truly should be in. You deserve more. You deserve better. The pain will subside, okay? So moving through the energy and working through this and just relaxing in here. This is an opportunity for you to just relax in yourself, in your patience, in your blessings, in all that you are. You are amazing, and you are kind, and you are motivated, and you are resilient, and you are wonderful, and you are brilliant, and you are beautiful, and you are energetically gorgeous, and I'm sure you're gorgeous on the outside too. So you are all of these things, and you are worth so much beauty, so much relaxation. And understand that if you are feeling discomfort, that you are being pulled out of that. Sometimes when you're in the thick of something, like, when you're in the forest, you can't see the trees. Well, if you're in the forest and you're surrounded by fire, to get out of that center, you're going to have to jump through that fire to get to the other side. And so the universe is pulling you out of your situation, okay? Not allowing you to be comfortable in things, not allowing you to be comfortable in things that no longer serve you or do not work for you, and it's pulling you out, and it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's like growing pains when you're growing up. Sometimes you get super sleepy, super tired, you don't feel good, because your body is literally stretching. It's literally using all the fuel in your body to just grow and stretch, and it can feel uncomfortable. So it's pulling you out and pulling you forward in a place, in a way that you need to go in. So just know, baby, the pain never lasts, love. And sweetheart, you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna start laughing about it. Laughing like, what was I on? I want you to think about the things that made you uncomfortable. In 5-10 years, you're not gonna care about that. Think about stuff that made you uncomfortable 10 years. I bet you can't remember it, because it does not matter. People too. 5-10 years, you're not gonna worry about these people. You're not. And if where it is you need to go, what is best for you in this experience, what is made for you, what is going to bring you the highest value and the highest everything, whatever it is. It is coming for you, to you, energetically. And you deserve that. You deserve that peace. You deserve that balance. You deserve that wisdom, that focus, that clarity. You deserve that love. You deserve that understanding. You deserve that, all of that, all of that. And pain, pain really teaches you about your integrity. It really teaches you about your character. It really lets you know, this is what I'm made of. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what pain does. And when you're able to make the best decision for yourself, maybe even if it's tough to do because you're like, this is the right thing to do for yourself, okay? Then it shows your character. Now, a lot of people can get confused here because they start to think, well, isn't that being selfish? Here's the problem. A lot of people who are selfish and narcissists are highly insecure. And sometimes people who are selfless also have a martyrdom syndrome. And really what you want to find is that sweet spot, which is, I take care of myself, I stick up for myself, and I don't require anyone to save me. And I empower those around me to take care of themselves so that I don't have to save them. You should want to see the people around you strong, not in a kind of a hero complex, or not in a victim complex, but just from the perspective of, I believe I'm strong, I believe you're strong, I believe there's nothing I can't figure out, I believe there's nothing you can't figure out, and I'm happy to celebrate with you as this experience happens, but I know you hold the answers and the key. Some people get caught up in really wanting someone to just fill them up, either taking from someone, or they want someone to see them as a hero because they can't see themselves as a hero. And because of that, they just fall into these cycles of needing to save people or needing to be saved, when knowing that at the end of the day, take care of yourself, okay? And allow them to take care of themselves, and everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be lovely and wonderful. So let's rest and relax in here. Let's smooth the energy out. Let's connect with your greatest and most lovely parts. And let's just feel good. So just kind of let it go and just feel good about who you are, what you are, how you do things. And just feel real comfortable with yourself in the moment, If you're not comfortable with yourself, who gonna be comfortable with you, boo? Nobody. You gotta be comfortable with yourself in the moment. You gotta be patient with yourself in the moment. You have to be peaceful with yourself in the moment. You have to be sincere with yourself in the moment. You have to be highly connected with yourself in the moment. And just be free to have that. Be free to have that. Be free to have that. And just be yourself. Look at this energy. Allow a mirror to form in front of you and see perfectly who you are and how you've done things and who you're becoming. This person in front of you is so strong. Babies. So brilliant. Can figure it out. Can always show up. Has exactly what you need in order to get to the other side, love. So don't be confused. Don't doubt yourself, and don't ever be sad about how strong you are. You are enough. And remember and make sure you tell yourself you are enough. You are deserving enough. You're yourself up. Exhale, filling up. Exhale, filling up. Exhale and release. Continue to fill this energy up over and over again, giving yourself everything you need, and cleanse through your chakras. Cleanse through those experiences that you need to let go that will allow you to grow, and release them back into the universe for whatever you need from them. Let them go. They no longer serve you. Let them go. Evolve. Go somewhere. Everything is going to be okay, and the pain never lasts. Baby, the pain never lasts. New year that is right around the corner in a very, very strong and stable way, okay? So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. You do whatever you need to do during this time. Sometimes people like to use this time to help them focus. Other times they just like to sit and enjoy the sessions. It is up to you, sweetness, whatever you would like to do with this session. I would like to let you know that it is Celebrate December. Yay! And as you know, you could win an energy manifesting session with me by answering the question, what life lesson taught you how to love yourself? And again, with these energy manifesting sessions, this is talking about taking your life to the next level. I talked about before the principles that we use in healing to be able to initiate a change within the body. But this is talking about taking you from the state you're in to initiate a change to go to a higher level. Not to just get to a place of normal health, but to take it above and beyond, to go and grow into whatever direction that you want to go into, to see your life in a completely different way. And so that's a session you could win with me, and you know, all that stuff too. And if you'd like additional support and community and fun stuff that we do each month, head on over to the Patreon community and all that stuff, baby. So we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, babies, do I have your permission to say a prayer? May I touch you? Okay. Breathe in and out. I'm wild, okay? Like, I get it. I get it. The cheese. And I'm paid in smiles, okay? So all of that, let's get to it. Breathe. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So first things first, I'm gonna go in here and just kind of recalibrate a little bit some of this energy to get you at an optimal state, to get some stuff done, okay? Putting in the work, regardless of what area of your life that has to deal with, is pretty straightforward. You gotta do it. You gotta do things sometimes when it feels really tough to do it. And a lot of times the toughness is not because it's like, you know, violating your boundaries. It's simply like you don't want to do it because you don't feel like doing it, you know, because it might require you to push past your sense of comfort to grow in a new direction. And as we all know, the older that we get, the harder it is to break habits. All of this stuff mostly is breaking habits. You know, as I reflect on this journey here in this community and me as a practitioner and even in my own life, as I started energy healing, it was to restore my own health and eventually So it could be seen as in the brain, you know. So it's really important that you have a mental balance. I can't even say mental toughness. It's not about being tough. It's about being balanced. It's about having common sense. It's about having patience and relaxing. You ever met somebody whose energy is like, man, let me tell you something. I got a story time. I used to work with a lady, and her energy was like, whoa, she was all over the place. Oh my gosh, bless her heart. That's what old people used to say back in the day. Bless their heart when they are like, that person's a hot mess, but they want to sound nice even though they're saying the person's a hot mess. So I was like, bless her heart, because she would throw these fits, and then she would come back down. She'd be crying one time, and then like that, then she would be like laughing. I'm like, I can't deal with what's going on right now. But bless her heart, but she was not balanced, and you could tell. She figured it out inside of her own self. Like, she had her own thing she was doing, but when it came to making others work efficiently, no, not at all. No, not at all. But had she learned how to balance herself, all of this, like, you know, really, really good stuff, and really, really, like, these strong gifts that she had within her, oh yeah, she would have been like miraculous. And there's always hope that the person will grow into that too, you know. That's cool too. But yeah, that energy was interesting. But it was a beautiful reminder for me, because it taught me what not to be. And also to be 100% responsible for your own feelings. Does that make sense? If you feel upset, even if somebody makes you upset, it is not their responsibility, it's yours. If someone's making you upset, remove yourself from the situation or say something, rather than just holding it in or just simply reacting, you know. And saying something doesn't have to be a reaction. It could be like mindfully saying like, hey, do not do this again, or hey, please don't X, Y, and Z, instead of like, did you know you made me upset? No, tell people exactly what you want and they will honor that. But if you don't tell somebody what you want, it's gonna be all over the place, baby, okay? And that's what it's about when you're going on this journey and you're putting in this work and you're making, you know, your dreams and your goals come true. It's about that, just staying the course and balancing your energy. And I hope that each and every day you find something that makes you feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more at peace, a little bit more centered, a little bit more understanding, a little bit more just restful and patient and peaceful and understanding and loving, all of those things, you know. Just a little bit more, a little bit, a little bit more. So start to just breathe through this, and I want you to see what it is that you're looking to accomplish, what you're looking to do, who you're growing into, and what work needs to be done in order to get there. There's nothing that you can't do, and if you can't do it, there's nothing that's preventing you from finding an alternative route to still get in the direction you're trying to go in. And also, things are not as hard as it may feel like. Keep it simple. You gotta kiss it. You gotta keep it simple. Just keep it embrace the change you have and embrace the work. Every time you're working towards something, it's building you up in a direction. And do the best you can. Do as much as you can. But don't overdo it. You know, it's important to have a nice, balanced life. Just do the best you can. That's all that really matters here. Breathing through this. Relaxing into this energy. Finding patience here. And moving through this. Relaxing. Sleeping if you need to. But resting in yourself, feeling very comfortable in your body, in your skin. Who you are matters. Who you're growing to be matters. Who you can be matters. It all matters so deeply. Don't ever give up on yourself. Don't ever feel like anything that you felt in the past, or done, or seen, or experienced is too big for you to grow into a better direction. All of these things are purposeful and done in a purposeful way. Can you imagine that this journey that you've been on has been one of healing and growth rather than pain and hurt and sabotage? Can you imagine that it is your choice to decide how you feel regardless of the situation and how the situation makes you feel, that you choose how you react to it? Sometimes when a situation is tough, those sad feelings can be very alluring, and I know it looks like mischievous that I'm saying it like that, but it feels satisfying to be like, this made me upset and I'm about to get pissed off, or this made me sad and I'm about to be sad, when there's always a little glimmer of something else, like clarity, or like laughter, or like peace. Look for those sparks, okay? Because that's the secret, you know? That's the cheat code to get you to where you need to go, to get you to the next level. It's like if you're in like a mystery room, you know, and you're like, where's the key? Like the keyhole, right? It's right there, that little glimmer. But everything else can be so alluring, like just kind of succumbing to the situation, but like there's that little keyhole, and like sometimes it's laughter, just going in there and being like, going over there and having that funny time. Breathing through that and letting it go. Relaxing into it. Finding peace. or it may be going well, but you feel a little like try your hardest to embrace the beauty of what's happening, as opposed to, you know, the the tough moments, because feelings are our friends, not our foes. Feelings are the paints on the canvas of life. It is purposeful for you to be sad sometimes. It is purposeful for you to be happy. It is purposeful for you to be joyous or excited or angry, or, you know, all of these different feelings, because it is those feelings that move us in a direction. But a lot of times people get stuck in one feeling. Even if it's happiness, they don't want to leave, they don't want to grow, so they kind of get complacent where they're at, and that happiness becomes stagnation. Or if it's sadness, you know, they can't get themselves out of this sad feeling, so they remain stuck, and that sadness turns into depression. So it's understanding that feelings are purposeful. It is okay to feel them, but just practice a little bit more being able to feel things and move on. And try to just have your regular resting state just be a state of peace and balance. That works too. Well, family, if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. All the hygiene stuff I used to say, you know, and to get back to what I originally said. If no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. But the only thing that matters is that you love you. So, until next time, family. Bye.